Tony,
Steven, how are you doing?
good man. How are you?
I'm great. I get to talk with you about this fun new series, Art Detectives on
Yeah.
Acorn. Uh, Talk to me about your character right off the bat. I mean, this guy is a different character than what you've played in the past.
Yes, he's nice. um, and a little bit broken, truthfully, which was interesting and fun to play. I play this character called Detective Inspector Mick Palmer. He is an expert in the history of art, and the little wrinkle within his world that we find out is that his father is a world famous art forger.
Hmm.
So he's taken a slightly different path to that of his dad, his estranged dad. What was interesting, Tony, was that when they came to me with this idea, I learned that the smallest department within the British police force is this heritage crime department, and it's three people in the actual real life department.
Mhm.
So what the writers had done was they'd created a one man version of this, which is my character. He's been doing it by himself for a long time, and it's everything from stolen artifacts to art to forgery and occasionally murder
Hmm.
within that parameters. And so he has to sort of investigate the authenticity, perhaps, of paintings, or episode 5 is about the Titanic,
Hmm.
and it's about plates that have been brought up from the Titanic wreck, and whether they're authentic or real or not. And so there's all sorts, and they're worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. Those things. So um, it was really fun and really interesting to sort of delve into a side of the detective drama that I don't think we've seen before, and that's what drew me to it, because I love art, and but I'd never seen anything that very specifically dealt with this scenario.
Yeah, a few things have touched on it for an episode or two, but this is an entire series based on
Yeah,
your expertise, your character's expertise on deciding
yeah,
if something is real or not.
yes,
But kudos to your art department for creating
yeah,
these masterpieces.
yeah. So I'm glad you touched on that, Tony, because literally in the first episode, it's um it's a Vermeer,
Mm.
but they also had to paint a bunch of stuff that the country house that we shoot in would have had. So in that first episode, I think there's 8 ancestral paintings that they had to create
Mm.
of the lords of the manor. And the current one, played by a lovely actor called Chris Villiers, he has had his portrait done, but he's had his done in the style of, I think it's Jonathan Yeo, who painted that famous painting of Prince Charles that came out recently, King Charles, that came out recently, that with the
Yeah.
red one that caused absolute mayhem, even though the artist has been painting like that for like 40 years.
It looked like
But
the Ghostbusters,
yeah, but we so we have a kind of like version of that's in there, but the art department did all of it. And nice little sort of trivial tidbit, if you like,
Yeah.
was there's an integral part of the plot, which is a painting of my mother in the show
Wow.
is above the piano in my house. And the art department came to me and said, would you like to use your real mum? Because obviously we want to find somebody that looks a bit like you to be your mother. So I found a photograph of my mum, and when she was 19, gave it to the boys, and they returned this incredible portrait that sits, and it's in the whole show. And I didn't tell my mum about it. And then she saw the trailer and she practically had a heart attack. She was very emotional. It was lovely.
What a wonderful way to honor your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wasn't allowed to take it away because obviously we're hoping for a second season.
As audiences discover art detectives, I mean, what do you
Yeah.
think they'll take away with them from it?
I think that one of the things that you learn is is the is the sheer artistry that is involved in creating a sort of an authentic fake. You can't just go to your local art supplier and paint a Mona Lisa. You have to use paint from the period. You have to use varnish from the period. You have to use the wood that holds the frame, the canvas, everything that you, even the brushes, like down to the badger hair that's within the brush, right? That has to be authentic. That has to be from 1560 if you're painting a picture from 1560. So there is a lot of detective work that goes into the creation of a really, really good fake that is almost sort of more detailed and fastidious, if you like, than they would have had to have been when they painted it the first time,
Yeah,
which
I
is
mean,
really interesting.
there's a scientific chemistry that's involved in
Yeah,
real forgery.
my character, like a couple of times during the show, you see him sniffing the paintings because he can tell the age, like a good wine, right? He can tell an aged varnish when he gets up close to it, and that is a real thing.
Yeah.
You because it would have been made differently to how we make those things now. So, and there's certain properties within it that you have to get right for it to be to pass a sniff test, literally a sniff test.
There's obviously a lot of scientific dialogue that goes into this. Is that hard for you to learn?
Oh God, I mean, I've done a lot of exposition in my life. I don't know why it was me specifically, but during True Blood, I used to get a lot of so where are we? What have
Yeah.
we done? Where are we going? Why are we going there? Just to keep the audience up to speed. They used to give me that stuff a lot. Um, so yes, I there is certain things that I had to learn about that I had no wisdom of, but that's the beauty of doing what we do. I'd never seen a drama about art detectives before, so I was really interested in that. And of course, to do it justice, you have to go and do a little bit of research. And Larry, who plays my father, who's a very dear friend of mine, when he took it on, took it very seriously too, and he went off and found all sorts of. There's a very famous Southern French fake artist who did all sorts of incredible things. And so me and Larry went down the rabbit hole.
Wow.
Looking at that, because that man has painted over 250 masterpieces from every period you can imagine. So these people were very sought after during a period of time where, because it's big bucks, as you can imagine.
Stephen, it's always great to catch up with you and chat. Congratulations on the new series. And
Yeah,
my gosh, I wish I could talk to you for a lot more time.
me too, Tony.
All right, you take care and have a great day.
Thank you, man, and you.